My name is Evelyn Barillas, and I am the owner of Chocoflancitos Evelyn, and this is my story. So during the pandemic, I was struggling with my job because I work so close with children and schools and families. Everything closed. Schools closed. The in-home therapy kind of stopped. So my cases just reduced. So I was struggling financially, and I've always enjoyed baking, doing pastries and all this stuff since like high school. And my sister actually is the one who pushed me and was like, just do it. And I was like, no, it's just for the family. But I did it, and it just, people started actually like enjoying, outside of the family, enjoying the pastry, enjoying the chocoflan. And I was like, okay, but I did only start with the traditional chocoflan. And then from there, I kind of took a little bit of feedback from people, and I was like, okay, let me see what else I can do. So I actually have an Instagram page at Chocoflancitos_Evelyn. That's where I have pictures and videos of the cakes. I have the bigger size, which is more to share with families at a party or whatnot. And I have the individual ones. That's kind of more like personal, like for each person. So I sell year round. I would just say like maybe a 24-hour notice, but I have actually been on pop-up. So I had the opportunity to be a vendor at Cielito Cafe, which is located here in Southgate too. And then I was a vendor at Border X, located in Bell. They also were looking for vendors, and I was like, I'm here. My dad and I, this year we actually joined to do a Valentine's Day special where he provided the flower arrangements, and I provided the pastry side. But every other year, he's actually been the one with the hustle out there in Huntington Park. But he was like, let's just join together, and I was like, okay. So we provided that. He had his table with flowers, and I had mine with little chocoflanes. And it just, it was a great experience to bond in that way. And definitely from here on out, we're gonna keep hustling together. I was inspired by his hustle because every year, he puts himself out there, and even if the year is not that going so well, he's still out there, and he's optimistic, and he's motivated, and he's like, we're gonna sell out, and we do sell out, thankfully. So I get that from him. My dad, who I call my father, who raised me, is actually my uncle. So my dynamic is a little different. My mom did pass when I was 6 years old, so he took me in, and he had my custody. And then my biological father got deported when I was 10. So basically, no mom, no dad, no biological mom or dad. So then my uncle stepped in, and my aunt as well, and raised me and took care of me. And I do have cousins, a little cousin and two little cousins, a boy and a girl. But they're my siblings. We're like, she's my sister, he's my brother. So I grew up with that dynamic. I'm very grateful for that. I am who I am because they raised me to be this person. The first memory that pops up when I hear my chocoflan is like my grandma back in 2014. So like I said, I have family in Guatemala, and they, for some reason, they just like, oh, I don't know what a chocoflan is. And I was like, what? Because I'm part Mexican, part Guatemalan. So, in Mexico it's like, oh, un chocoflan, like, un flan or whatever. It's like traditional. So then I was like, okay, grandma, like let me make one for you. And it happened to be her birthday. So I did go for the first time actually to Guatemala to meet my grandma and my other tias, so my dad's side of the family, in 2014. And I was like, let me make this for you. So I made her a chocoflan, and it was challenging to find the ingredients. The hornos there are different, everything's a little different. And I was like, okay, well, let me make it work. I flipped it, and it was like, they were amazed because, it's a little, in the process of a chocoflan, you kind of pour in the batter and then the flan, but then when you flip it, it's like upside down type of thing. So they were like amazed by that. So, it brings back that memory where I celebrated the first birthday with her, and the first chocoflan with my Guatemalan side. So I have that memory, and every time I'm baking, it's like, oh, my grandma. Actually, flan is one of my favorite desserts. So I'm like, I can, play with the flavors and all that. So I just enjoy the process of a chocoflan, and I like how not so many people, I guess, have even tried like the different flavors that I do provide. So it's exciting to see their reactions or their feedback, and I'm like, I enjoy it a lot. The traditional chocolate, that's just the basic one. But then I kind of got feedback from one of my cousins for the fresa one. So she really likes strawberry cake. And I was like, okay, let me personalize this for you. Let me see what I can do. And it worked. Then she tried it, and everyone tried it, and they were like, it's so good. It's not too sweet. It's like the perfect combination. And I was like, okay, so it went on the menu. And then uno de coco, it was also requested, and I was like, okay, let me see again, let me work on it, and it worked out. It went on the menu, and I think the most special one would be like a carrot and banana one, because my dad, his favorite bread or cake is banana bread and carrot cake. So I was like, okay, let me again for his birthday personalize it. And it came out so delicious, so that went on the menu too. So basically their feedback and a little bit, take a little bit from each of my family members to create that special personalized chocoflan. I would say just go ahead and do it. Even if you're afraid, the worst thing that can happen is it just didn't work out. But at least you tried. I think it's always best to go ahead and put yourself out there and not stay with the what if. So that's how I was thinking for so many years. And I was like, no, till I got that push from my sister and my family, and they were like, let's do it. I was like, okay. But also, I would say, do it with love, do it with passion, not just for the financial side, but do it because you actually enjoy the process, and with, like I said, with love, everything is possible.